Okay, this first video is I wanted to start the series by speaking about pre-lingual humans and lingual humans and uh, so the first question that comes to my mind is how does a pre-lingual infant make distinctions, and then how do they make articulation, and then how is the articulation reinforced, and how is it brought into language. And so the first thing that I want to suggest is that most humans are not colorblind, and that when a child is in the womb, we suspect that they're feeling vibrations, and that they're hearing muffled sounds, and that they're more than likely seeing pitch black. Um, and so they have vibration. They have their heart beating. They have the mother's heart beating. They have certain impulses and events that are going around them. And then they are birthed, and upon birth, one of the first attributes of having a live birth is that the child is breathing. So all the phlegm and mucus and whatnot that's in the throat and in the lungs is knocked out, and the baby takes its breaths, its first breaths of life. So now the baby has an expulsion and an inhaling process going on. This causes a a physiological reverberation in the child. So now they have their own heart, they have this exhaling and this inhaling, and then they have sound coming in. So they're hearing sounds, but it may be, and I'm assuming it's all blurry nonsense, and that their eyes apparently don't really focus on anything. So they might just see shadow and color, and not even necessarily be able to make distinct the difference between anything, because they don't at this point have the word difference. But they have all these impulses, and they have all these set of stimulus going on. And so a child, let's say after it's brought home and it's opening its eyes, let's say that very blurry, it's seeing a series of colors, right? And it's this gradient of colors, because let's say the child can't focus yet. So how might a child be able to make a distinguishment between these two colors, or these infinite varying gradients between these two colors, and then have a word come in that signifies that this is green and yellow, and the gradients between? Well, my contention is that from the rhythms that are going on around the child and within the child, and the breathing, and the body's reaction to the breathing, and the body's separation from breathing out the mouth when the mouth is closed to the nose, and out the mouth when the mouth is open and the throat is open. So there's a distinction of where airflow goes in and out. And then there's the eyes, which are quite binary. So I think when a child is seeing, it's able to already integrate all of those particular distinctions. It's noting that it might see things out one eye that it might not see out another, like a toy that's right in front of it in the crib. And so maybe in one eye they're going to see this part, and in this other eye they're going to see this other part. And let's say they're exhaling, or let's say every time they exhale they're closing their eyes. These distinctions start to generate a rhythm with the child's experience. And within this rhythm, there are accents, such as in sound. Everything I'm saying is accented by its inflection and by its pausing and starting again. And everything is influenced by the articulation, not what's happening at the end points and not what's happening at drastic points, but what's going on through the articulation process. So this whole video and video series is going to be a long ramblage, not dissimilar to what I'm saying here. So the child is pre-linguistic. It doesn't know how to speak. It's hearing sounds, and now it's using the differences of its own physiology, as well as all of these limbs, the four limbs that a baby often will hover above itself. And so what ends up happening is that you're the mobile and I'm the baby, and I'm like, I'm breathing and I'm seeing, and my voice is going and in the inhale and the exhale I might have an item above me that sounds like re re, and maybe somebody is standing by that is holding something red and thinks that my exhaling is red, so they go ah, and they become accented in their response, which in the baby's visual response now, the edge of the face and the face, the edge of color, becomes a distinction also. And we can see that the baby is now following objects with the eyes but still cannot speak. And that they're maybe moving their hand over part of an idea, part of a color, and they're exhaling and they're inhaling and they're saying something where a person around them may introduce a specific and repetitious articulative sound. This may be something and it may be very amplified in terms of, oh, come here, little baby, oh, come here. And so the child is being looked at and stared at and touched while it's being spoken to, and it's recognizing that it's breathing, but of course I shouldn't be using the term recognize. Anyway, so with that long diatribe, I believe that a child, is able to eventually make distinction, and they're eventually going to make a distinction between accents and articulation. And within the accents and the articulation, and a dynamic interaction with the mother pre-linguistically, the child, or the father, whomever, the child will eventually be able to echo and repeat a pattern, and it's not in the repeating the pattern that's important. It's in the repeating of the pattern. It's in the repetition and then eventually the recognition of the pattern, and alongside a phonic accented sound. On to the next.